Today our goal is to decode the DBQ in AP World Modern. We can see that it stands for document-based question. Now, what exactly is the document-based question? We know that the first part of the exam is 55 minutes to complete, 55 stimulus-based multiple choice. The second part is 40 minutes to complete 3 short answer questions or SAQs. The DBQ is part of the third portion of the exam. And this is administered with the 3 LEQ options. Within the DBQ, you have 1 prompt and 7 possible documents to help you out. One of those documents is non-written, and the material is 1450 to the present. So the content for the DBQ could be anything from Unit 3 through Unit 9. This is a must answer. You have to respond to the DBQ, and you get about 60 minutes. About because, remember, you get an hour and 40 minutes for the DBQ and LEQ, so about 60 is good pacing. The DBQ is 25% of your exam score. Now, the DBQ probably combines the largest number of historical thinking skills. You need to know the content with developments and processes. You need to know HAP for sourcing and situation. You have to contextualize, you have to make connections, and you have to make an argument. Again, the DBQ asks you to be proficient in the largest number of skills. 2021, here's what it looked like. So when you receive the DBQ and frankly the LEQ, it'll say hour 40 minutes, suggested you spend 15 minutes reading and 45 writing your response. Again, that's a suggestion, it's not going to be announced. The directions simply state that question 1, because remember, 2, 3, and 4 are LEQ prompts, so 1 is based on the accompanying documents, they've been edited. And you also get a quick rehash of the rubric. Now, what the College Board has been doing is using the phrase evaluate the extent. Evaluate the extent to which economic factors led to the outbreak of the Mexican Revolution. So in this case, we're honing in on Unit 7, Global Conflict, 1900 to the present, because the Mexican Revolution is explicitly mentioned in topic 7.1, shifting power after 1900, but also 7.9, causation in global conflict. So we have a written document for the first one from 1892, and again, I'm just going to show you what these are. We're not going to go over all of them. But 2 is a visual. So remember, at least one of the documents will be non-written. In this case, we're looking at an image. Then 3 and 4 are written documents. 5 is a table. Then written, written. So among the 7 documents, 5 are written, 1's a table, 1 is an image. Now, how are you scored? A and B are the same as the LEQ. You have to write a thesis, you have to contextualize. There are a possibility of 3 evidence points. If you use 3 documents to address the topic of the prompt, you get a point. If you use at least 6 to support your thesis, you get another point. So you need to have a thesis. You need to have a thesis to get that second point. And then finally, evidence beyond the documents. Significant evidence that goes beyond the 7 documents relevant to the argument. So even though we don't necessarily have the other 2 points on the screen, you can earn up to 2 points for not having a thesis. So the most you can earn is 2 out of 7. You get that thesis, it opens up a whole new ballgame. All right, so thesis, you contextualize, possibility of 3 evidence points. For analysis and reasoning, a point for HAP. HAP for at least 3 documents. How or why. the historical situation, audience, purpose, point of view. So HAP. You have to explain how or why it's relevant. And then we have 1 point for complexity. This is called the unicorn point because it's exceptionally difficult to earn. Very few students nationwide earn this. So you really have to be on your game. Now, how do we approach the DBQ? First off, you get that prompt. You simply spend a few minutes making a list of what you know before you analyze those documents. The second you begin looking at the documents, your mind goes in a certain direction. So to accurately make that argument and go for the evidence beyond the documents, you need to list what you know. Use the reading time. Incorporate all of the documents, time permitting. Remember that it's okay to have the audience for all documents. You can use one HAP criterion, but it needs to be on point. You need 3, shoot for all of them. Quick outline, group the documents together, have that thesis statement. Reword your thesis at the beginning of the conclusion. You know, a DBQ is essentially an LEQ with documents, so a lot of these same skills apply. It's just that now you use HAP, and truthfully, when in doubt, skill it out. If you're not certain about the content, then look at the time frame. Figure out the theme. Like the theme for this particular DBQ was economic systems. So contextualize what's going on. Come up with a thesis, HAP, 3 documents, use evidence from at least 3. You can earn 4 out of the 7 points. When in doubt, skill it out. If you're proficient in your skills, you will succeed on the document-based question.